Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Akmal bin Zulkifli. My matrix number is 278075. So I'm going to present the last assignment, which is assignment 5 for the subject Introduction to Mathematical Economics BEEQ1013 for Group A. Okay, for the question A, the question is find the intervals for which the function is concave upward and where it is concave downward. Okay, so in order to solve the question, we must follow the 3 steps. Okay, the first step is use the power rules of derivative to differentiate. So, how to use the power rules? We must multiply the value of x with the value of the exponent and minus the exponent with 1. So, we found the first derivative, which is f prime x is 3x squared plus 16x, and our second derivative, we got f double prime x is equal to 6x plus 16. Okay, so after we done the first step, we proceed to the second step, which is let f double prime x equal to 0. So find all the values of x and the intervals. So f double prime x is equal to 6x plus 16. So we turn the equation 6x plus 16 equal to 0, and then we find the value of x is equal to negative 8 over 3. So the value of interval that we get is negative infinity, negative 8 over 3, and then the negative 8 over 3 to infinity. Okay, so for the last step, we test the interval to identify their concavity. So the first interval, we find it from negative infinity to negative 8 over 3, and the second interval is negative 8 over 3 to infinity, to positive infinity. So the test for negative infinity to negative 8 over 3, we choose negative 3, and then we substitute the value of negative 3 into the f double prime equation. So we find the value of f double prime x, which is negative 2, and then the sign of the interval negative infinity to negative 8 over 3, it is negative, and the graph is concave downward. So for the negative 8 over 3 to positive infinity, we use the test value is 1. So we substitute the value of 1 into the f double prime equation, and we get the value of the f double prime x equation is 22, and the sign of this interval, we get it positive, and the graph is concave upward. So therefore, in the function of fx equal to 8 plus 8x minus 3 is concave downward in the intervals negative infinity to negative 8 over 3, and concave upward in interval negative 8 over 3 to positive infinity. So for the question B, a stereo manufacturer determines that in order to sell X unit of a new stereo, the price per unit in ringgit Malaysia RM must be P equal to 100 minus X. And the manufacturer also determines that the total cost of producing X unit is given by Cx, which is total cost, is equal to 1 over 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 89x plus 100. So the question is find the total profit, which is Px. So in order to get a Px, we must subtract the value of Rx with Cx. So the value of Rx we get from the value of Px times X. So Rx is P, which is 100 minus X times X, and the value of Rx is 100x minus x squared. So in order to find the total profit, we must subtract the value of Rx with the Cx, which is the given Cx is negative 1 over 3 x cubed minus 6x squared plus 89 plus 100. So after we subtract the value of Px, 100x minus x squared minus 1 over 3 x cubed minus 6x squared negative minus 89 minus 100, we get the value of Px is negative 1 over 3 x cubed minus 5x squared minus 11x minus 100. Okay, for the second question is maximize the profit. So in order to maximize the profit, we must find the first derivative of the equation Px, and we find the value of the equation of P prime x is equal to negative x plus 10x plus 11. Okay, so we turn the equation into equal to 0, and we get the negative x squared plus 10x plus 11 equal to 0, and then we factorize the equation and it become x plus 1 and x minus 11 equal to 0, and then we find the value of x is negative 1 and 11. So the company must sell 11 units in order to maximize the profit. Why we choose 11? Because it is impossible to any company sell the negative value of unit or product to maximize their profit. Okay, the next question is prove your finding that profit is maximized using the second order condition SOC. So in order to solve this question, we must find the second derivative for the equation, which is P double prime x. So the equation for P double prime x is equal to negative 2x plus 10. So then we substitute the value of x into the x in the equation. We substitute the value of negative 2 times 11, which is the value of x, plus 10. So the negative 22 plus 10 is equal to negative 12. So the P double prime x is equal to negative 12. So the value of negative 12 is proven is less than 0. So the graph is concave downward. Okay, so for the last question is maximum profit. So in order to solve this equation, we must substitute the value of x, which is 11, into the PS equation. So the PS equation is 1 over 3x, substitute value of x, it's become 1 over 3 11 cubed plus 5 times 11 square plus 11 multiplied with 11 and minus with 100. So the values PS become 182.33. Therefore, the maximum profit that the company will gain is 182 ringgit 0.33. That's all for me. Thank you.